Welcome back to MVP.
Welcome back again to the post-game
Yeah.
VP.
You may have noticed that I, like a scrub, didn't collect all of the super emeralds, and there's 3 more.
Yeah.
So, we're just gonna fix that real fast. Get to view our little Knuckles cutscene again.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Since
Knuckles got one shiny fucking head.
Right?
You all do. Bathe in oil. Nice, spider. You're coming back, huh? Yeah.
And now, we get to try the remaining 3.
Alright. You're going for the same exact spot, aren't you?
Oh, don't let him lay there. I don't have hands.
Yeah. Okay, so I was thinking about, like...
yeah, but then you don't move him at all.
Don't worry, he's motivated by fear.
Okay, what were you saying?
I was thinking of ways that we could make this more interesting, since just watching you gather these would be like the boring normal YouTube thing to do. So, I was thinking we can make you tell stories while you're doing it.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what kind of stories?
Well, I'm gonna wait till you get to the next one.
Oh. Well, okay. Oh. Close the door on myself. Oh. Doesn't work like that.
You sure
apparently.
did.
Oh my god, is it just gone forever and I have to beat the game again? It wasn't like that in the original. Can I skip this? No, I can't.
No.
Okay. Oh, fast forwarding cutscene. Oh yeah, they added that. Oh my god.
Suffer.
Okay, one more try. Anyway,
So I'm thinking we should start with the pie story. It's a good story.
Oh, the pie story.
You're practiced at it, so you probably won't even mess up that bad, but
I don't know, it's hard to do 2 things
I know.
at once. Oh,
so do it.
Okay. Alright, so I had just moved to Seattle. Well, actually, Federal Way. It's like this little... It's basically Seattle. It's one of those little cities or towns that spring up around the outskirts of cities that are more or less a part of it, but not officially. Like, Capitola is to Santa Cruz, you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about, but you're just saying more words to people who probably don't have any context.
Well, that's because I'm stalling for time.
You gotta get on with the story, Chloe. Come on.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so I just moved to Federal Way, Washington, and I beat the stage.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Have to hold your feet under the fire. Come on.
God.
You haven't even started your story, basically.
Yeah. Alright, so there was someone who was supposed to move in with me around the time that I got there, but they were a no-show. I mean, they were in the area, but as far as moving in with me, they were a no-show. So,
That guy was a huge flake, and there's a whole list of stories about that some other time.
I don't know, I can't...
You have fond memories.
I
And that's,
do.
That's cool, but, like, it's also life experience you shouldn't be afraid to share.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's not like those things didn't happen.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I had just moved there, and I was hoping to have a roommate, but I didn't yet. I went to visit him on Christmas, because he was in the area, and when I got back, my apartment had been broken into. I was probably 17 at the time, maybe as young as 16, all on my own in a strange place. It was not the best situation. So, no, I must have been 17. Still, Why am I going backwards? Don't go backwards. That's a bad idea. So, anyway, I get home from my Christmas visit, and my apartment had been definitely robbed. Wow, that is an empty room. Whoever it was also stole my keys, like my house keys, my car keys, etc. So, I was understandably worried that they would come back. So I talked to my, landlords, the front office. It was an apartment building. And they said because of the holidays, the soonest they could get a locksmith out there was going to be, a week or two. Which is a long time if you've just been robbed and you don't have anyone to stay with and just bad times.
Yep.
So, I resolved to just stay home the entire time until I could get the situation resolved. Unfortunately, I didn't have groceries at the time, so my first stop was a grocery store. I get to the grocery store, and while I'm there, I saw a coconut cream pie. And I don't know if any of you have, or if you, the listener, has ever been in, a traumatic situation before, but when you see, the perfect comfort food, you just know that that's, your salvation right there. The thing that will take your mind off of the trauma for, just a minute, and that's all you want. So I bought my coconut cream pie and I went home. And after getting home, it was an hour later, maybe, I was like, you know what sounds great? Salvation pie. So I open the fridge. I open the fridge and start pulling it out. And unfortunately, I grabbed it by the tin, and the moment it clears the tin, the tin clears the shelf, it bends, and the pie falls directly on the floor. Just front, side, down, and everything. So I'm sitting there looking down at what I thought was my salvation pie, and it just tears welling up in my eyes,
Oh, yeah.
You know how it be. And I have...
Not only have you been robbed, but now you've lost your pie.
Exactly. So I have... See, hypersonic.
Yep.
I have this moment of... Oh god. Oh god, what am I gonna do? Followed immediately by... Well, only a small bit of the pie is actually touching the floor. You know?
Uh-huh.
Please don't judge me. I know that's really gross, but you gotta consider the situation.
Oh, I've considered it.
It was a bad situation, okay? Pop.
Did you just wait for them to touch your butt?
Yeah. They were mean butterflies. So I start thinking, how can I get the rest of the pie up and leave the part about the part that touched the floor to, be on the floor? Well, I intended to clean it up, but still. Okay, real quick. Hypersonic? You might be like, why is he different? It's because he has this ability. He can, double jump and, go everywhere.
Cool.
Also, he flashes in rainbow colors, and when people get too close to him, they pop at basically the same spot they normally do, apparently. Anyway, so, back to my story. I don't know why I'm running through the stage. It's because I'm telling a story. So...
Tell your story.
I'm going. Why do you pick the most difficult times? I know exactly why. You're so mean. Okay, so... I started looking around for an implement to save however much pie I could, and my eyes eventually landed on a cleaver, which may seem, like a bad idea, but think about it, it's big and flat. and has a blade for easy pie cutting.
Uh-huh.
So, I cut through the pie and I lever the rest back into the tin. Then I'm sitting there, sad on the ground, with half a pie on the floor, and I look at this cleaver and it's covered in pie, and without thinking, I lick the cleaver.
Uh-huh.
Because...
Definitely without thinking, you lick the cleaver.
But yeah. So as my mouth is filling with the taste of blood, because it was, I realize what's happened. And immediately start wondering, okay, how bad did I really cut myself? Because, the cut's on my tongue, so even if it was a small amount of blood, I'd be tasting blood. Makes sense, right?
Uh-huh.
Insofar as any of this story makes sense, anyway. So... Oh no, my rings. Oh no, bondage. So I get up and start heading towards the fridge or the hallway, because I've got a mirror in the hallway and I figure I can take a look. But as I take a step forward, well, there's still pie on the floor and I'm still holding a cleaver. So I fell, face first onto the floor by slipping on the pie. And I looked over and there's a cleaver just sitting next to me, blade up, about an inch away from my face. So that's the story of how I very nearly killed myself, trying to get a slice of pie. With a cleaver.
Yep.
Nearly killed myself with a cleaver. Not a good way to go by any stretch of the imagination. Not that there are a lot of good ways to go, but, there's a lot of ways to go that are at least better than a cleaver to the face.
A
I think.
self-administered cleaver to the face, even.
Yeah, that would have been a surprise.
And of course, coconut cream pie. And there's all that white stuff around. It's just gonna look like a mess.
Hey, I think crimson, just kind of... It goes very well with white. It's got this nice contrast.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I was going to beat the final boss, but I got wrapped up telling a story.
Yeah.
It's all
Whose
your
fault
fault.
is that?
My fault. It's my fault. Also, Hypersonic actually makes this boss significantly easier. So, yeah.
Well, yeah, lethargic Sonic wouldn't be very good at any of this.
Right? It's because that double jump ability that I showed you still works. It just gives you a boost when you press the button, so you can just, mash the button and go significantly faster in directions whenever than Supersonic could. No. No. No.
He sure doesn't mind
No.
taking a missile to the face.
No, he doesn't. It's fine. Was that an innuendo?
A little bit, yeah.
Gotcha. Well, I got it. It just took me a minute. Anyway, now that there's something to be relative to, it is much easier to show that I do have that ability. Wow, I am just blocking every missile for him.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I mean, he can't help how hungry you are for the missile.
Get hit in the face, please. You too. Okay. Wonder what that zzz was.
Probably Gina.
Right, Gina. Hi, Gina. You're probably waking up right about now. Which means you're interrupting. Go back to sleep. No, I'm just kidding. Mostly.
Hi, Gina. Are you ready?
Oh my god. Gina has been editing our series up until this point, and so far the quality seems to be coming along very well. I am super impressed and excited to start airing it.
Bird beep.
Bird beep. Oh god. I'm almost out of rings.
Well, maybe you should rectify that thing.
Yeah. He's much easier, though. as you can tell by the fact that I'm actually hitting him instead of getting used to the fight like I was the first time.
Yeah, you just run up and touch his butt. His proud, proud butt.
I wonder if I have enough rings to just keep rushing him like this. Yep, totally do. All is well.
That's good.
And we've beaten the game. Also, it is way too hard to tell a story while you're trying to do something intensive. Oh my god.
Yeah.
My mind was wandering like crazy trying to get that story out.
I know.
It's even one of my better stories. But
I know, you've got so much
was,
practice telling it, so I knew it would be a good one to try out.
My telling was just awful.
Mm-hmm.
Just awful. But I hope you all enjoyed it anyway. That is the story of why I should not be allowed to be alone with anything that is sharp or pointy.
Especially in relation to pie.
Yes. Or when I'm sad.
Well, that sounds extra dark.
That's not what I meant. See, and now the island flies away. Like it did last time, except this time better. Because we did more stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, we get this little scene that we didn't last time, where Knuckles is like, not showing up for some reason. Okay, there we go. He's like, oh yeah, they were good guys after all.
I mean, is that what he said? Because it really just looked like he ran out and stood at the edge of a cliff, contemplatively.
Yeah, because he saw us drop off the Master Emerald, and he was like, aw, that's super nice of you.
You're getting a lot of meaning out of, like, 7 pixels.
Well, that's what you had to do
expression.
in these days. You had no other option.
Alright, what are you getting out of Tails right now?
This guy just stands on my plane. I'm going to have to wipe off those scuff marks later. It is ridiculous. Who does he think he is?
Alright. Do that bird.
Which one?
That one.
Can you be any more specific than that? There's 5 different birds on the screen.
Front bird.
Front bird. Okay. Why are these guys following me? This is so weird. I just wanted to see where this plane was going, but now it's like I'm leading some kind of gathering. I'm too afraid to tell people that I only intended to follow for a little while, like... Ugh.
Backbird is like...
Hey guys, where are we going? Food? Food? Is there food? Are we going to get some food?
Top bird is like, these are all my clones. That's why we look exactly the same.
Oh my.
I never told them.
See? You gotta... you gotta make meaning.
Yeah.
Also, they apparently fixed it in this one, but in the original, when Tails is going this way in his plane, Sonic on the side of it is painted in the wrong direction because they just flipped the sprite.
Huh.
And that's a little detail that I hadn't noticed until now, that they fixed it in this mod. That's some attention to detail right there.
Oh, yeah.
If I can fast forward disc, oh, I can. I absolutely can.
Everyone, double time!
Double time! Those are some fast dolphins.
Yeah, everybody else just seems really chill.
And see, now he is flashing in a bunch of different colors.
Yeah. Why does it feel like less effort went into that sprite than the others?
And instead of the robot coming to life, we get this. Now that's a reward, okay?
That's all I need to do to make you feel rewarded?
That's how
Just give you a
games
slightly
learn
different
these
picture?
days. It's like... instead of it being like, yeah, you didn't do all the stuff, it's like, yeah, you did all the stuff. And that's it. That's the only difference. Oh, wait. No, there's one more thing. If you go into game, see, we got a different picture up there, too.
Oh, yeah.
And you can see all of the emeralds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally
This is your
cleared.
original winning the sprite. Deluxe version.
Oh my god, yes. Exactly.
For the listening audience, I picked up a plushie for version 2.
Yeah, and it was worth it. It actually made me feel way more special.
Wow. Gosh, you're easy.
I know. That's not what I... No.
Oh, you said it now.
No. Well, thanks for joining us, everyone.
Yep, thanks for coming.
I just couldn't leave the game, not 100% complete. But at this rate, if people like it, maybe we'll come back and do Tails or Knuckles next. Patreon vote, maybe?
Up to y'all.
Yeah.
Probably, unless I overrule it.
Yeah. It is
We
possible.
don't live in a democracy, so, don't expect anything too much.
Yeah, this is definitely a dictatorship.
Heh. Don't forget to bleep that, too.
I love you. Goodbye.
Bye!